Pennsylvania Senate race is heating up. For the first time, the 5 leading Republican candidates will face off in a debate tonight in Harrisburg. The candidates needed to receive at least 5% in the March or April NewsNation polls to be invited to this debate. In those polls, former hedge fund CEO David McCormick and TV personality Dr. Mehmet Oz are the front runners among Republican voters, followed by political commentator Kathy Barnett, businessman Jeff Bartos, and businesswoman Carla Sands, rounding out the top 5. Our NewsNation reporter Dennis Owens will be moderating the debate tonight. Dennis, thanks for being with us. Now, what's one of the biggest issues that divides these candidates?
My pleasure to be with you. So happy, and we're excited here in Harrisburg. This is the first time, as you mentioned, all of these candidates will be on the same stage. I think residency is important because a number of the lesser candidates are going to argue that Oz and McCormick have parachuted in and are trying to buy a U.S. Senate seat in Pennsylvania. Dr. Oz, Mehmet Oz, not from Pennsylvania, grew up in Delaware, lived in New Jersey and New York, and just came here when the Senate seat opened up. Also, there have been attack ads. They have spent a record amount of money thus far on attack ads, and most of them are Oz against McCormick or McCormick against Oz. So residency and the argument from some of the lesser candidates, they will try to score a few blows, is that the other two guys are just trying to buy that Senate seat. We'll see what happens. Nichole?
Oh, well, Dennis, Dr. Oz, probably the most notable name. He even now has received President Trump's endorsement. Do you think that endorsement is enough to set him apart for Pennsylvania voters?
Well, that poll that you referenced says that as many as 70% of Republican voters think that a Donald Trump endorsement does matter. And Mehmet Oz, not only did he get the endorsement a couple of weeks ago, but on this very day, his campaign bolstered by the fact that Donald Trump announcing he will hold a rally in Western Pennsylvania a week from Friday for Dr. Oz and other endorsed candidates. So certainly the wind in the sails of Dr. Oz. But I should note, Pennsylvania is a hunting state. Dr. Oz not from here. He may not know that, but he's going to have a target on his back. And the rest of those candidates are going to be taking a shot at him because they've got to reel him back in if they're to have a legitimate chance. Our primary is May 17th.
Well, and Dennis, we know Dr. Oz is not from Pennsylvania, but what are some of the big issues facing voters there in Pennsylvania? And what will be your first question tonight for those candidates?
Well, electability is one of the big ones. Again, do they think they can win in the fall? Remember, this seat is very important. A Republican is stepping down. That's Pat Toomey. He's not running for re-election. Democrats nationwide think that they can steal the seat and maybe win control or greater control of the U.S. Senate. So electability is one of the top issues. And also, what role should President Trump be playing in a Pennsylvania U.S. Senate race? That topic is going to be coming up as well as Ukraine, of course, and the economy and inflation, how they would deal with the economy and inflation. That same poll that we referenced earlier, the economy was the #1 topic on the minds of most folks. And as you know, when you go to fill up your gas tank, you can see that inflation is a big issue that impacts almost all of us.
Oh, yeah, certainly an issue for voters across the country on that one. All right, Dennis Owens, thank you so much for that. Thank you for watching. Click the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.